Yeah, Chef Podcast. What's up? We back. We back with one of my homeboys, man. Look, man. This chef right here, let me tell y'all something. A lot of background in the culinary field. How long we know each other? We know each other since Druid Hills.
It's going on 2 years.
About
two years, 2.5 years.
About 2.5 years.
Yeah.
About 2.5 years, man. And I'm telling you, man, like this man right here, dude. I don't know if you got your own catering business. You need it. If you don't, you need your own catering business. But this man right here, hey, want to represent. I'm gonna give you a good round of applause, man. Chef AMEER. Chef AMEER, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Look, man, this man right here deserves all the accolades that we possibly can give this man right here, man. He is straight legit. You know what I'm saying? Damn good in that goddamn industrial kitchen. So look, man, this is what we want to do, right? We want you to let everybody know how it is in industrial kitchen, and first and foremost, get into, you know what I'm saying, how you became a chef.
Okay.
From the beginning. You got time, bro.
All right. Well, first, man, I want to give you thanks for giving me the opportunity, bro. I remember
Oh,
at
anytime,
Druid Hills,
my
man.
nigga.
I remember at
Anytime,
Druid
bro.
Hills, man, and
Yes, sir.
Greg.
Yes, sir.
I worked with
Yes,
Greg.
sir.
I worked in both kitchens before they gave me a little spot at Druid Hills.
Mhm.
But a little bit about my history,
Mhm.
how I became.
Yeah.
Well, my cooking goes way back to when I was 3.
Yeah.
And I think I told this story to a few people. My grandmother was a diabetic.
Okay.
So my grandmother, you know, just like a lot of black single moms or whatever in the household, it was just her. She didn't have nobody there to help. So my grandmama, one day, I can vaguely remember this, my grandmama actually took a little chair up to the stove,
Mhm.
and my grandmama taught me how to scramble eggs, man. Because she was diabetic, so she taught me how to scramble eggs in case she would have went into a diabetic coma or needed
Mhm.
something to eat.
quick. Yeah.
She taught me how to cook eggs at the age of 3. So I've been scrambling eggs since the age of 3, man.
Ooh wee.
So that's my.
Yeah.
And I didn't put that together until I became like older. When you know how sometimes you don't put things in perspective when you're young, and then once you get older, like,
yeah.
man, that was the beginning of my career. That was
Yeah.
the fire that sparked the flame right there.
Right there.
So once she taught me how to flip eggs. I didn't, coming up through the ranks, I took different avenues in life, took streets, tried the streets out, and then after I tried the streets out, I actually started first cooking in Virginia Highlands. There was a restaurant in Virginia Highlands that I take that back, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio. When I moved to Cincinnati, Ohio, I just got a wild hair in my ass, you're allowed to say that type of language on here.
Man, you can say what you want to say, man.
But yeah, when I moved to Cincinnati, man, I started out at this restaurant called Prime and Wine Kenwood. It was right across the street from a mall called Kenwood Mall, so
Okay.
very busy restaurant. So I started off as a dishwasher, and thank you all.
We gonna get into that. We gonna get into that.
So I started off as a dishwasher, man, and started off as a dishwasher when I used to take dishes up to the line. I used to, chefs that's older than us, they always, jug at you and shoot the shit with you and try to see how tough you is, best with you, you know what I'm saying? But I was tough back with them, so I used to shoot the crap back with them, and they started taking it, my personality, man, our personality just coincided together. They started seeing, I guess they saw something in me that I didn't see in myself at the time, because I was just passing through. I just needed some money. So I was just passing through, and when I used to walk on the line, I used to jug back at a lot of chefs that used to mess with me, and I used to like have the whole kitchen laughing at them. So after a week of doing that, man, and the main chef came to me, the head chef came to me, Chef Tom. Chef Tom came to me and asked me, he was like, hey, some of the guys were telling me they like your personality or whatever, and you want to learn how to cook? I said, sure, well. So that second week, after that first week of washing dishes, that second week he had put me on a cook schedule. And to make a long story short, after I started cooking on the line, I started learning how the operation of the line worked and all that. So they had me on the fry side, dropping fries, the little side items and stuff like that. And you had a middleman that worked the saute. You had a man on the other end that worked the saute station, and you had a man in the middle that worked the grill.
Yeah.
So while I was on the line, and back then we used expediters. And the expediter was the chef, usually the main chef that would stand on the opposite side of the line, and he would coordinate the food.
That's still needed to me.
It is, and it's something that's in the past, and I think it's still needed. And if a lot of people try to start expedite, man, it'll make the kitchen run a lot smoother.
I know, bro.
A lot smoother expedite because it's like you got the quarterback, and the quarterback is, sending out the players what they need. And actually coordinate the food. That way you're not got fries that's coming with something that takes 8 minutes to cook. You got fries that take 3 minutes, and something in the middle that might take 6 minutes. So as an expediter, you're looking at all the tickets, and then you coordinate what needs to come up with what at the same time, and you plate it, and then the guests, you lessen the chance of the guests getting the wrong food.
That's true.
Or food's cold.
There you go.
So anyway, while I was working the line on the fry side, the way Chef Tom used to call it in is walking in the Orange Rocky Pocket House, order fries, baked potato with such and such. Yeah. And I would always, for some reason, and I don't claim to have a great memory at all. My memory's the worst. But for some reason, when he used to call it out, when I'm dropping my fries, I would always expedite after him. I remember, hey man, how long you got on that fish? I started taking initiative. How much longer on that fish? How much longer on that Orange Rocky Pocket House? How much longer on those potatoes? Whatever we cut. And then
how long did it take for you to get to do that?
After I started doing that after like a week, because I started just listening to it, and I guess I grew a passion for it, man. I grew a passion for it. And
that passion. Gotta have
but then after a month, Chef Tom came to me because he noticed that I was coordinating food on the back of the line, and he wanted to free himself up. So he was like, AMEER, how would you like to start expediting? I want to teach you how to expedite because you seem to have a knack for it. So man, he brought me around. He brought me around after like a month and a half. He started teaching me how to expedite. So he brought me around and started showing me. I worked for him like 3 weeks. I worked for him with him like 3 weeks. Just he was drilling me how to expedite, how to do it, critique it, and I got good at it, man. And after that built up my confidence. And after I started expediting, man, it was like, man, you see the kitchen from a whole new different perspective. You just see the flow of it. You see the whole flow. It's like it's like I don't know what it is to be a quarterback, but I can imagine just by doing that because I'm not a quarterback. But you can just see the whole flow of the kitchen, and it's like you taking control, and it's like you're helping the servers make their money because you're making sure their food get out in a timely fashion. So and it's all about money and turning the tables. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I got damn good at it. So I guess that's my natural talent.
Yeah.
And
wow, man.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of my history.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? And it's from what I've seen, it's really hard to be an expediter.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't not really mentally ready for that type of shit, man, that you could really fuck up. You can fuck up a lot. And you gonna make a lot of chef mad at your man.
You make a lot of enemies.
Yeah, you gonna make a whole lot of enemies. You get out, you better run your damn car.
You messing up service tips and
you get off, you better run your car.
Yes. But yeah, man, expedite, man, it's a beautiful thing. Once you learn to master the art of it, and that's why they call it culinary arts, because it is an art, man. It's an art and a science all together. And I tell a lot of people that's why the chef jackets made like scientist jackets. It's a science.
It's a science.
It's a science.
Yes.
It's a lab coat.
It's just a short lab coat, man. And that's the first time we've heard of that, man. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, that's
what
what
I'm saying. Because I be trying to tell people, man, this is a science.
Yes.
It's a science that if you don't know what to do, you need to stay your ass away from.
Right.
Because you can really mess up somebody and something. You see what I'm saying? And
one thing I admire about you, man, and you reminded me a lot of me, man. You didn't like to take shortcuts on your preparation of your food. It might take you 4 or 5 more minutes to go through grab a recipe that you wanted. But I always admired that about you. And one thing I admire about Greg, I was telling him that on our commute over here and stuff, man. Greg, man, when I used to show him little things on the grill to make his life easy, man, he never got arrogant with it or big head up, man. I don't need you to tell me what it is. He was like, oh man, that's a great idea. I think I showed you how to dip the cheese and to make melt your cheese fast or something like that, but
yeah, so well y'all know how I do. Y'all always build some other shit with me. But so it's funny how you said something about the dishwashers, right? We had this discussion what was some episodes ago? But we said that the dishwasher was the most important person in the kitchen. How do you how do you feel about that?
Let your dishwasher quit on you. I feel like the dishwasher is the most important person in the building because they're the one that maintain the cleanliness of your restaurant, which is very important. Cleanliness of your restaurant is very, very, very important. They're the backbone because they do mostly the grunt work, if you will. They do like the grunt work. You know, but they keep it. They would do anything you ask of them if you treat them right, man. They would do anything you ask of them, which will make your life smoother. Who wants to cook and then go back and have to wash all the dishes that you messed up?
Or take out the trash.
Or take out the trash.
Or sweep the floor, sweep and mop the floor.
Exactly.
Now, sometimes the chefs got to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if there's a dishwasher there and there's more than one,
yes,
then we ain't got to touch it.
You ain't got to touch it.
But let them not be there. Then you gonna wish you had a goddamn dishwasher.
Talking about some stress.
That's some serious stress.
Talking
After you done cooked all this goddamn food all day.
Right.
Then now, you gotta go take out the trash. Then you gotta sweep the floor.
Right.
You gotta mop the floor.
Right.
You gotta squeeze the damn floor.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta do that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I wanna, comment on that too, man, because I see that a lot in kitchens, and to me, I only see that as a 1 or 2 person washing the dishes, but that's a team. That shouldn't be one person doing all the dishes. Like, say if they might have a plate of for like 1,500 to 2,000 people, right?
Right.
And then you gotta, and then knowing that during those times that those people don't eat all that food, so that's a lot of food coming back.
Yeah.
Either you throw it away, but still there was a lot of dishes you gotta wash.
Wow.
So I've seen it in kitchens where it's only one dishwasher and they gotta catch all that flack.
Right.
And to me, I think that's not fair to that, because it's only that one person doing that. But I think that should be at least like 5, maybe 6 people that can help them out.
Right.
Dishwashers at the, doing it at the same time together, because just like we depend on them. I think they, looking at it like from perspective of, I think everybody in the kitchen should just work as a team.
Yeah.
Even though it's already hard on us because we can't do it, but I just think they should just get more people in there to do it. But then at the same time, looking at the fact that you gotta treat people good, man.
Which is
true. Everything you said is facts, homie. Right. But you know what? And okay, since we know that dishwasher is one of the most important thing in there, the most stressful is fucking job in the goddamn kitchen. Go ahead with it, cause I know you know.
What you said, the most stressful?
The most stressful job in that kitchen.
I mean, I think the chefs, the cooks, the line cooks.
The line
cooks are the most stressful job.
That's what I was looking for.
Because if you're a line cook, man, you have to. One thing a lot of people don't realize is, and what I always try to tell people, whenever you're working in the kitchen, a lot of people try to act like it's about the service. If you're not serving food, which is you in a restaurant, it's all about the food.
Yeah.
Restaurants are all about the food. People come there to eat, not to come there to just, you go to a bar just to drink if you want to go to a bar.
Yeah.
But when you come to a restaurant, that's why I think chefs and the line cooks are the very most important people, because people want their food. They want their food hot. They want their food delicious. They want their food flavorful.
Exactly.
And they come there for an experience. And if you're not giving them an experience, they're not going to come back.
They ain't going to come back.
So that's why
you get a lot of complaints.
Right. And you're not going to be able to please everybody. I've learned that. You're not going to please everybody.
Absolutely.
But like he said, like he was, the answer that he's looking for is line cook, it's stressful, man, because you got people, and for the most part, I think a lot of people get into cooking because they have a passion to be good.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
They want their food to be appreciated.
Right.
So when people are disrespecting your food, not trying to go by the chef's menu or whatever, it gets kind of personal.
Right.
I know a lot of times we're line cooks, we prepping one at our own little flares or something, but you got to put yourself in that chef's shoes. If you was the head chef and I came behind you and add paprika to something that would call for it in your recipe, and that's what making your restaurant run, people come to eat that because you got just like your sauce.
Yeah.
If you take one ingredient out of your sauce, then you're not giving the people
exactly
what they buy the sauce for. They buy it for their taste. Every taste, every ingredient you got it. That's why they buying it. So if you try to shortcut, man, I can save some money by keeping that out. Or if I take the soy out, I save money.
And you really ain't saving that much.
You're gonna lose more than
you're gonna lose more than
because people gonna be like, man, this don't taste like the Yes Chef sauce.
Nah, then my sauce is nut free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because a lot of vegan cheese sauces are made out of cashews. So if I go back and I use some damn cashews, and I can't call it nut free no more.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now, you know what I'm saying? That's not right.
Speaking of which, man, I'm gonna need a bottle of that.
Don't worry about it. I got
just need to sell. Me and my wife.
I got 2 flavors now.
Okay,
now.
I take both of you to spell.
I got the original, I got the chipotle, and I got the jalapeno.
The chipotle and the original. If you can do both. If you can do one, I'll take
Hey, don't worry about it. I got you, bro.
But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. We pass by 7 anytime I'm getting out work and we take the morning route home because I can go 2 ways home. I can go to Drill Hills by the morning route. I'm like, man, but it's so crowded, man. And you know how that morning traffic is, man. We really ain't stopped by there.
Trying to stop at all.
I'm not saying we ain't trying to support the business, man.
I know.
You know, getting out work, man.
But since you know me, it's easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can call me and be like, hey, I need 2 bottles. You know what I'm saying? I can deliver it right to your house.
Okay, well, that's what's up. That's what's up.
You got more questions for Chef, man?
I got plenty.
Let's go.
Plenty, man, because I actually want to go back into the how we were talking about line cooks and just talking about the flow of the kitchen. Right. So what I want to get into is like let's talk about the fact that how the transition of the prep work, how once we master that menu from it and we learn everything from it, what I'm trying to get at is what can we do to actually I guess make food come to its full potential, because from what I'm looking at and just working in the kitchen so long is that the flavors are starting to they staying the same in somewhat regard. Like let's just say if you're making like a flank steak, right? And you pan-seared it, but then I seen a lot of chefs, they may add the thyme, the butter, and they baste it, right? So they do it as a medium rare, but the way I'm looking at it is, I'm like, still, I mean, it's quick, and you're doing it in 15 minutes, but I'm like, I feel like it's something missing, because to me it's like you mastered it. It's like, dang, I want to change the flavor profile of it, but the other chefs, they don't want to hear any new suggestions on how to do that. I mean, and there's ways to do it, but I'm just trying to get a better understanding, because if this is culinary arts and we here to create the art, so why are we not looking at maximizing food to its full potential to make people be like, look, I put it like this. This is how I look at culinary art. I look at it like this. I want people to be like, I don't want no more.
Right. Yeah. Because the shit just mind blowing.
I want it to be like, they like, please don't get that out of here. Don't send, meaning they crave it that bad.
Get that away from me.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
It's that good to where like, but I'm looking at like having all this experience, it's not there. And I'm that's the part that I'm like, I want for people to have that experience. And they're like, oh, it was good, you know, doing that rated, which is cool, but I'm like, I want people to be like, damn, I had a dream about that.
Yeah. That's cool. It's overflow. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I used to have the same questions, and when I bring those questions up now, it's a few answers to it. One of the main answers that motivates me is my wife always tells me, if you want to do that's motivation, get your own. That way you can season your food, motivate yourself to start working for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one answer.
Exactly.
The second answer is daily specials. Bring to the chef, hey chef, I got an idea for a steak. I want to use it as a special. That's a way of getting your name out there too. Using daily specials. I got this idea for the steak, but I want to put this twist on. I want to add this sauce with it, and then the chef may say, fine, we'll run that for a special. And then that way you get your product out there too, and your ideas out there. So once you get your ideas and your product out there, and you get the feedback like, man, we sold out of that sauce that Greg made, or that steak that Desmond made.
They're gonna be like, hey,
sold out. Hey, we need that again. Then the chef is gonna start taking attention to you, because he's gonna see, man, we did it twice, man, and both the things you put out, man, is just fabulous to do. So.
Exactly.
Those two ways.
That definitely will work.
Yeah. But the main one is motivation to get out and get your own business such as you start now, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, I love the way, man, we just working at Druid Hill. Sometimes, man, the gentlemen right here we work together, man. Man, be on, you know, you talk shit.
Hell yeah.
You said, I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this
I
shit.
say this shit all the time.
I'm tired of this shit. I ain't doing it no more, man. And he got the hell out.
Yeah.
And he started his own sauce. Yes, sir.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef podcast. Yes, chef vegan cheese sauce.
Yes.
Yes, chef now. New shit.
And I
yes,
love
chef,
that.
yes,
And I love
chef
the name because that's a kitchen term.
Exactly.
Everybody knows. And that's a kitchen term. Yes, chef.
Yeah.
And that's all the chef want to hear you say sometimes. When he asks you for something, you don't want to identify. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef, and go do what the fuck you supposed to go do.
Exactly.
That's it. That's all. That's it.
So yeah, perfect name, man. Perfect name for the sauce.
Yeah. And he right behind me. Greg right behind me.
He told me.
Greg right behind me. And don't worry about you next.
Hey,
Don't worry about you
it's-
next, bro. I'm telling you.
It's motivation, man. Like I also want to put that out here, man. When I read that text you shot me, man, you know what I'm saying? It was like, bro, I need you on this podcast ASAP, man. I'm just inspired, man. First of all, I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
My
that's
brother,
because
you know, like that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You know when you work with folk, man, you know you give each other your accolades, man. But for you to have something going on for yourself and it's new, and you're reaching back out like that, man, that means a lot to me, bro.
Yeah, hey, anytime, bro. Hold on,
It means a lot to
hold on.
me,
I
man.
can't do you no love that, nigga. Hell no.
It means a
Hey,
lot to me,
but
man.
you know what though? What people need to understand about me, and I do this, and I grew up in the crack era. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with my uncles.
We just spoke on that.
I grew up with my uncles. Yeah,
That's
man.
right.
I grew up with my uncles and people around me that sold dope. And real recognize real.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If you real, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna know that.
Gravitate
You know
to
what
it,
I'm saying?
yeah.
If you a bullshitter, I'm gonna know it's bullshitter from the jump.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I already do. Man, we ain't talked in I don't know how long. But you know what I'm saying? In my head, I gotta get Chef AMEER on here.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about, you know what I'm saying? I know what you can do. And I know, but I didn't know your background like that because we'll never have time to even talk.
Right.
So I gotta get him on the
Right.
road. And I gotta let him, you know what I'm saying, let everybody else know and let him know that, hey, I ain't forget about your homeboy.
Right.
Because real nigga recognize real.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? That's why you on here with me.
Right.
Because I knew from the jump, dude, we were butterflying goddamn chicken. You know what I'm saying? Talking about
Old
goddamn
school butterfly
yeah,
chicken
man.
and taking that centerpiece out.
Yeah, man.
That
That type of shit. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talking about LeBron and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And ever since then, we've been kicking it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Me and Chef Gray been talking about this shit for hell a year.
Yeah.
And I was like, dog, we gonna stop talking about it, man. I'm gonna get this shit right.
Yeah, it's
Let's
been
take it out and do it.
I'm gonna get this shit right. We gonna get out there and do
about
it.
2 years, cause after my second surgery, that's when we came up. That's when we had it
Yeah,
locked in place. And I was like, man, let me know what you want to do. I'm with it, man.
yeah. Oh, we gotta make it happen.
So that's motivation. Y'all motivate each other, man.
We gotta make it happen,
You know,
man.
and like, look, man, you never get too old. Like I was telling him, man, on the way, telling Chef over here on the way over here, man. I'm 51, and we was bouncing questions off each other.
Yeah, man.
And what I was telling Chef right here, man, is that with me, it's like a 20-year difference.
Yeah.
Age difference. So he helped fill in the gaps on what's relevant now.
Yeah.
You know, I asked him like he grew up was he considered a millennial?
Yeah.
But he said he was in the 80s, so that's the crack era. The 80s is the crack era. So y'all was in the era, but you got these millennials out here, man. They just so lost, man.
They lost
And
because they want everything quick.
Yeah.
We're
Everything-
doing that
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Everything gotta be quick.
Yeah,
But
I'm
see,
with
and that's good for our industry.
Yeah.
Right.
Because motherfucker, you're not gonna cook, but that's fine.
You gonna come by for me? Cause
Yeah,
I
but
already
they don't
cut.
mind spending the money.
Right.
Because they don't
Right.
want to go in no kitchen and
Right.
do none of that shit.
Right.
And you know what you gotta blame that on? You gotta blame that on, you know what I'm saying? That era when you had these teenagers having kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's the millennials right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They wasn't teaching them how to cook.
Right.
They wasn't teaching them how to do certain things. All they knew
Life
is that
skills.
they want quick money.
You got 30-year-old
Everybody
grandmothers.
could go
Man. You got
eat.
30-year-old grandmothers.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm 41, about to be, and I'm glad I ain't got no damn
Yeah.
grandkids.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's good for our industry, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Shout out to all of the millennials out there, the 2000 babies.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
2000.
saying? The 2000 babies. You know, shit, I was graduating high school.
So, Chef, I had a question for you.
What's up?
being that you're starting your own sauce, and Chef Greg was mentioning that, he touched on that a little bit here about, would you ever go corporate?
Yep.
You would?
Yep, and I'm gonna tell you why. No, go ahead with your other question. I'm gonna answer that.
No, this is part of it. The part of it is why. Why would you? Because I know a lot of us say, man, we consider going corporate and selling out. So I just want to, from your perspective of being in business, because I've never been in business, so you know, what are the advantages and the disadvantages of going corporate? And we're gonna talk a little bit on Chef. Man, Chef Greg hit me with a lot of stuff, man. He's like, he told me, bro, we can't cook forever.
No.
So we gotta learn how to do something to bring in some more income or residual income.
Yeah.
So, but
exactly. That generation wealth.
Would you go corporate? What's the deal on corporate?
For one, I will go corporate.
Okay.
I go corporate with my sauces. Definitely, we'll go corporate with even with this podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you join forces with somebody, that's when you become rich. That's when you become wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about that percentage thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you go and do a 70-30 deal, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like, look, I'll give you 30% of my goddamn company. Or I give you 70%, just let me own the 30%. You see what I'm saying? Either way it go, you gonna have to drop me a check right now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? 3 point something. You know what I'm saying? 5 point something. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to give me that now.
Mm-hmm.
But you can back me all day. You see what I'm saying? But you still, but it's still, you join forces and you still making money. They had to drop that check on you. Plus, you know what I'm saying? You still getting residuals off of your business. That you know what I'm saying? You still get residuals off, you know what I'm saying? I'm still going to get residuals off of my products. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong, and that's not selling out.
Right.
Because that you gonna always have money, dude. Your kids, you know what I'm saying, yourself, your retirement, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I am my 401k. You see what I'm saying?
It makes a lot of sense when you hear it from somebody that's actually out here in the field.
Yeah, because you know what? Somebody asked me, how much would I would sell my sauce for? For one, I'm not about to sell you my damn sauce. But for number two, you know what I'm saying? We could do a deal.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have to give me something up front. You got to give me something up front, and this is what I want. You know what I'm saying? So if I ask for $600,000, right? If I ask for $600,000, right? Okay, you give me $600,000, and then I want 30%. I still want to own 30% of my business.
That's like having insurance. That you're still gonna get money.
Let's see.
Yeah.
And then the first part of it is, and you just put out there in my head as you were speaking. The first part of it is you it's like you selling the idea. I came up with an idea and I'm gonna sell it to you for this. But I don't I'm still gonna get 30% off of it in the end. So I'm selling you my idea.
Exactly.
But I'm still benefiting off my idea.
Yeah.
Because if you die tomorrow, you ain't sold the idea no more.
Ain't sold the idea. That money still gonna come.
Got children.
That's that money. But see, that's where you know what I'm saying. That contract come into play. If I pass away, boom, this person right here is now gonna get that check.
Right.
This money gonna keep going. And this person, that shit, how that shit keep going. That's how everybody want to say. You know what I'm saying? Why all these, oh man, white folks got all the money, this, that, and the other. They got the money because they granddaddies, they grandmamas thought about this shit. Before, you know what I'm saying, they businesses and all that, that's how they got rich.
Yeah, off of inheritance.
And then they get rich off of credit, dude.
Great.
They get rich off of credit.
We had this same discussion on the way over here, and the discussion was, I don't mean to cut. It's just interesting. It's just amazing how great minds think alike, first of all, and it's amazing how we on the same level.
Yeah.
I was just explaining to Chef Greg that a lot of times we'll start a business, and then we may pass it down a generation, and it may go down another generation, but one of them generations gonna sell the business. What other nationalities do, they would start a business, and they'll have that business down 10 generations. They'll give it to their kids. They'll train their kids to leave it their kids, and they'll train it. And that's how companies stand for 30, 40 years.
And that's the type of shit I'm on. So you can't get mad at these Indians because of what they do. You may have a gas station. They may have the kids working in the damn gas station.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But they
brothers,
them the business.
they nephews, they goddamn grandkids, whatever. But it ain't going nowhere.
And I admire the Hispanic community, man.
Yes,
shout out to
because
the
they stand
Hispanics,
behind
man.
them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to the Hispanics, man.
Yeah, shout out to every one of them.
They stand together, man. They know the formula
Yeah.
on how families should be family and how you should
How they
stick
grow
together.
up, man.
A lot of times we might be five. We joke and say, "Oh man, they 5, 6 of them standing in one house." But look, if you notice, after a year or two, you see one of them drive up in a Cadillac Escalade. They done moved out.
Oh yeah.
They done moved out. They done, one family moved
brand
out.
new truck.
Brand new truck.
You know what I'm saying?
Hiring some of us to work for them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Come on, man. That should be us.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Not saying that in a spiteful way, it should be us like we owe something, but we should have that thought process
Yeah,
of
exactly.
togetherness, man.
Yeah,
Exactly.
We should have that thought process of togetherness,
Yeah.
of unity.
Yep.
And that brings me to my second, I wouldn't say question, but my second thought on if you went corporate. A lot of times we know that, say for instance, we start out like we starting out now. You guys are starting out like however we starting out like we starting out now, and then we go corporate. I've seen corporate business break up a lot of friendships, bro.
I know.
I heard a lot of stories of
Absolutely.
corporate and
That's
money
true.
breaking up a lot of friendships.
That's true.
So, money just will break up a friendship, you know what I'm saying, or a partnership. You got people that grew up in the sandbox together, man.
Right.
And they get to a certain age, whether it be in the streets or in business or whatever, man, they end up becoming enemies.
Right.
And that's the part that scares me about going corporate or money going to somebody.
But you know what the problem be? The problem be that contract ain't right, man.
Mm-hmm.
That contract ain't right. You can't do no hearsay or I'm gonna tell you, like, this is like me telling Chef Greg that dude, you know what I'm saying? Your Chef podcast is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, I'm going on to do this. I still own this, but